Hey guys, Sturge here, and I'll be showing the top 5 Tunnel 12 ranked attack strategies to use to get yourself to Wizard League or Valkyrie League. And using the armies I'll be showing today, I was able to reach Valkyrie League 15 going against Tunnel 14s, and at the time of recording this video, I was 6th in the world as a Tunnel 12. Starting with the first army, it is the only air attack strategy in this entire video. It is the Mass Dragon attack strategy with a triple clone for the Battle Blimp balloons. We have at this Tunnel 13 here, and you want to start off by looking for the air defenses are. We have 2 at the top and 2 at the bottom, and you want to look for those because of the air giant arrow from the Queen. We're going to place her over here at the right side on this gold mine to take that down, and then once she turns onto that Archer Tower, we'll drop the Queen's ability of taking down those 2 air defenses at the top of the base, head down to the bottom, and drop our baby dragon to create the funnel with a couple more regular dragons, because it was a big wide funnel here. So we'll drop our balloons to test for any traps on the outside, dropping the spread of the dragons in between the other 2 we dropped earlier, and then the 2 heroes to head in with a poison onto the enemy dragons as well. We did delay this battle blimp. Once to get further in, you want to drop the battle blimp and then use the ability from the warden to keep the blimp alive as they make their way up towards the town hall, dropping a spread of the clones in about a triangle shape, and then we'll drop the rage with the blimp landing onto the middle of all of those clone spells, taking down the entire core of the base. Also did use the Minion Prince's ability, and we don't have any more spells, so if you want you can take out one of the clone spells and add a few more of the free spells, because we do have a couple of major defenses like the Inferno and the Scatter Shot at the left side of the base, and there aren't too many dragons left. We have a couple towards the bottom, but the Queen is still up from the healer puppet over at the right side with a couple of heroes, the Minion Prince and the Warden, taking down the final major defense with a bunch of Teslas still up with a minute and 40 seconds left in the raid. We have plenty of time to get the 3-star on this Tunnel 13 for the first attack of the day, the Tunnel 12 attacking a 3-star in a Tunnel 13. On to the second attack of the day. It is probably the easiest army out of the 5 here. It is the Icy Witch Bat attack strategy, one of my favorites to use at these lower town hall levels. Your main goal with this army is to take out the Eagle Artillery as early as you can, because it will take down the witches very quickly. So head over to one corner and drop our 2 Ice Golems, 2 witches, 2 wizards, and 1 Super Wall Breaker to open into the compartment at the corner here. And we'll do the same thing on the other corner. This base does not have any compartments. They're all open, so the wall breakers weren't really needed at all for this attack. But we have the 2 corners working, and we'll let them work for about 10 seconds before dropping the rest of the Ice Golems, the Witches, the Log Launcher, and the 2 heroes, the Queen and the Warden. We're saving the King for when the Log Launcher breaks open the wall, which he does here, but the wall was already open, so it didn't really matter how long we waited on this base. We drop the King in to head towards the middle. We have the Log Launcher breaking through the walls. Very good there. We have the Queen, which actually is going up towards the top, which isn't good. The pathing for her wasn't the best. The top of the base didn't really funnel too well, but we do have the King, a couple of witches, and the Yetis from the Clan Castle coming out here. We'll poison the enemy Clan Castle, get ready with the Warden ability, and we'll rage down towards the Town Hall compartment down here. We'll use the King ability to take down these major defenses, and also the Town Hall for the second stars. We get the first one here from the 50%. We have our bat spells, which have a ton of defenses up here, so we'll drop the bat spells on top of the multi-inferno tower and freezing that as well. We still have 4 free spells to use. We'll use another one here to take down the remaining hit points of this inferno, and you want to drop the free spells around the splash damage defenses like the Wizard Tower here and the Scatter Shots if they are still up. And we also have the Life Gem, which you saw a little bit earlier when we were freezing the Inferno. The witches were getting hit by the Scatter Shot, but because we have the Life Gem on the Warden, the witches are able to survive the shots from the Scatter Shot there, and freezing the last little bit of air targeting defenses for the bats to take down the rest of the defenses. We have the Queen at the top of the base with the Warden working down towards the bottom for the easy 3-star against another Tunnel 13. The third attack strategy is the Master Barbarian attack strategy. We do have some Super Wizards inside the Clan Castle. This is the hardest part of the attack strategy, is this beginning bit. You want to look at where the air defenses are and also the air sweepers where they're pointing. We have one pointing towards the top and one towards the bottom. And we also want to line up the air defense with the Town Hall, because we're going to drop both of the Lava Hound and the battle blimp to head directly towards the town hall. The Hound is for distracting the defenses and activating any seeking air mines leading up to the town hall. Drop 1 invis as the blimp drops there. You can activate it manually or wait for it to die, but make sure it lands before the town hall. Then drop the 2 clones, the rage, and another invis, and just make sure to follow the wizards around the base, dropping the invis spells every about 3 seconds until you use all of them up and take out the good chunk of the middle of the base here, like we did here. We do have 2 dragons from the enemy clan castle. Made the mistake of trying to take it out on their own with a couple of wizards and baby dragons and distracting them with some barbarians. Didn't really work out, but we do have the queen that we can use to take this out. So we'll drop a couple of barbarians over at the left for funneling for the heroes to head up into the base and then move their way around the right side here. So drop our heroes while picking in with a ice golem, distracting the defenses and freezing once the ice golem does go down here. We drop the queen's ability to bring out the giant and the healers from the healer puppet while breaking in again towards the scattershot compartment there with the multi-inferno. We have the life gem again on the warden, as the barbarians do have a little bit low hit points. We do want to keep them up as we use the warden ability, and also the wall breaker here was coming clutch to open up into the multi-inferno, and also the expo that is inside the base, letting us keep the king ability or further into the base, like right here, so we can make our way in towards the scattershot, which does good damage from the spiky ball. We do have all the heroes basically at full health for the remainder of this attack, dropping the headhunter to head towards the enemy queen. We still have one more with a couple of heroes towards the left side, and a minute left in the attack with all the heroes basically at full health, with the giant working around the base as well. This will be an easy 3 stars. We drop the cleanup over here at the left on the hero hall as we speed up the attack again, as we get another 3-star on this base for another 40 trophies against a 10 of 13. On to the 4th attack strategy, which is probably my favorite army to use at the moment. The super archers are pretty buffed up at the moment, and we do have a fireball for this one, which is pretty needed for this attack strategy. We want to go for the eagle artillery as early as possible again, because the eagle will take down the archers very quickly. We'll drop the warden up towards the top here. I do want to drop it onto the air defense there to take out the surrounding defenses around that. We'll drop the invis, and I did actually mess up here. I did not make the bomb tower invisible. So we dropped the fireball in the wrong spot, but that is fine. We'll still have the warden head up towards the top. While he works over there and taking on the outside buildings, we'll drop the ice golem, the P.E.K.K.A., the siege barrack, and then a spread of wizards with baby dragon to path them in towards this compartment with a super wall breaker to open it up. We head back up to the warden, dropping the queen and the king to path the warden in the direction you want. And we have another wall breaker to open up into the compartment, and we drop our super wizard or super archers on the outside to let the outside buildings get taken down for everything to path in towards this middle compartment here. We'll drop another wall break as it does go in the wrong spot. That expo is still up. And we'll drop our earthquake. We do have just 1 for this attack, and we still have the king's ability to use, which will have a rage to hopefully keep up the king. And we'll use the ability now as the town hall does activate from getting the 50%. We'll drop the poison for the enemy dragons, freezing them as well for the multi. The king stays up, and we do have the 2 throwers from the clan castle coming out here, and they do have the same range as the super archers, so we are able to take down a lot more of the base with those throwers on the base as well. We do have 4, I think it is, 3 freezes left, I think. We do have a skeleton spell as well, which would be good against the single inferno towers. But they do have a multi here that is just left, and we do have all 3 of the heroes still up. The king survives somehow throughout the entire attack, dropping the skeleton spell on the right side and getting ready with a freeze onto the multi, as it is locked on to a couple of our healers, even though it doesn't really matter too much, as we have all 3 heroes up, a P.E.K.K.A. and a giant basically at full health throughout the rest of the attack. With 1 minute to go, we'll speed up one more time as we get the 3-star for a 4th time on a Tunnel 13. And on to the final attack strategy. It is probably the best one to use at Tunnel 12 if you are attacking higher town halls. We have this Tunnel 13 here, and you also need the fireball for this attack strategy as well. And we want to start off with the warden charge, and looking for a good spot to drop the fireball. We'll drop our balloon to test for any seeking air mines on the outside, and drop in the healers and we will let the Warden to take on these outside buildings here as we get closer into where we want to drop our 2 invis. And make sure to drop the invisibility spells when the Warden is locked on to the loot buildings or the non-defensive buildings, and then you'll drop your fireball once you drop the invis spells, and use the earthquakes on the defenses that you did fireball that still have health left. We'll head over to the left side here, dropping Baby Dragon, and then the Ice Golem, King, and Siege Barrack in that order. I didn't do it here because, as you see, the King is now taking damage at the bottom left of this screen when you want the Ice Golem to go down to freeze the defenses. But we did all that. We do have the Super Witches working with the Warden, and we did drop the Queen around there as well to path them down towards the bottom of the base here. We dropped the poison onto the balloons and the Lava Hound, dropping the King and Queen's ability, bringing out the Giant and the healers from the healer puppet, earthquaking the middle of the base and getting ready with a rage as we move through all of these high target defenses. And we also have the skeleton spell, which you did drop towards the top to distract the heroes, and the single inferno, but you can also use the 2 totem spells instead of the skeleton spell and the free spell I did have here. I started using the totem spells after I recorded this attack, but they are a lot better than the skeleton spell and the free spell I did use in this attack. And we did take down the entire core of the base. It is pretty easy to take down the core of the base if you do have your healers up, healing the witches back up to full health. And it was a good time to use a totem because we have the minion print and a bunch of defenses on the left side of the base, taking down the giant and a bunch of other big boys that you would want to stay up to tank for the witches. So that freeze is a little bit wasted because I could have used it a little bit earlier in the attack. But we have a minute left in the attack and a ton of time or base to go through, which is enough time to go through as we just have this left corner and this 1 cannon over here at the right to finish off the day for the 5th 3-star against a 10 13. If you'd like to see some more 10 12 ranked content, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.